Nancy Lease here in the children's section of Bowman Library for another middle grade book spotlight. So this week we are embracing Hispanic Heritage Month, and for those of you who may not know, we are currently in that right now. This goes from September 15th to October 15th. So our theme for this week is looking at some books that are written by Latino or Latina authors. So one of the awesome things I love about the books that we have this week is a lot of these, they're just like one book that these authors have written. So there's multiple choices. If you read one of these and you love that book, you can go pick something else up by that author. So we're just gonna dive right into this. So this is The Storm Runner by J.C. Cervantes. Living in New Mexico, Zane loves exploring the dormant volcano in his backyard with his dog, Rosie. After being homeschooled last year, he has to go to school this year, and he is not looking forward to it. In fact, it went so well that his first day of school, he ends up in the principal's office. And it's there at the principal's office while he's waiting outside that he meets this girl named Brooks, who's dressed all in black. And he goes home, and there's a knock on the door, and who's at the door but this girl that he just literally met in the main office. And she tells him that not only is he in danger, but he's also some sort of supernatural being / creature. Like, she's a shapeshifter. And third, it's been prophesied that he is going to release the Lord of Death, Despair, and Darkness from his imprisonment, which is that volcano in Zane's backyard. Then his life just completely goes topsy-turvy, and yeah, it just goes from there. So this is the first book in a series. If you loved the Percy Jackson books, you will love this series. It's filled with action, adventure, there's comedy in it, it's Mayan mythology. You won't be able to put it down, you want to know what happens next. The Storm Runner. Each Tiny Spark by Pablo Cartaya. So this is like almost completely different than The Storm Runner, so maybe if that was not your cup of tea, this one might be a better choice. Amelia lives with her mom and her abuela in Atlanta. One day, her mom needs to leave to go on a business trip, and it just happens to be the day that her dad, who's been deployed overseas with the military, shows up at home. So all that's going on. She's also trying to focus in school, but it's so hard because of her ADHD. So get that going on. In school, social studies class, her teacher then gives them this assignment that it's a project that brings, some light and some notifications and attention to different social injustices that's happened in the past and also currently in the present. And this causes major rifts between all of her classmates, including one that she has with her best friend, Gus. While all of this is going on, she starts to realize that her dad is not the same exact person that he was before he left, and Amelia realizes that her dad really needs some help. She's just 12 years old, she's struggling with all of this, and she's trying to keep her ADHD from ruining everything. This book is amazing as it gives you insight to how it's like to have ADHD, and you see things through Amelia's perspective, but it also shows that, everyone can make a difference, and when things get tough, you can count on your friends and family. Each Tiny Spark. The First Rule of Punk by Celia Perez. When Malu's parents divorce, she finds herself moving with her mom to Chicago, away from her dad in Florida. Malu finds comfort in punk music. That's something that her dad instilled in her. And she feels like she does not fit in with her mom or her new classmates who call her a coconut because she seems to be brown on the outside but white on the inside. And she comes to the fact that punk music may be the only thing that really understands her. So she decides that she is going to prove to herself and her classmates that she's proud of her Mexican roots and her heritage, and she decides she's going to form a band, and this band is going to be a combination of a fusion of punk meets classical Mexican style music. You will find yourself wanting to know what happens next, as well completely reading to Malou, and you'll love the music in it, and you know, she's all about trying to discover and find things in herself and become her own person. And I feel like all of us can relate to that at some point. First rule of punk. Sal and Gabby Break the Universe by Carlos Hernandez. When Sal starts attending his new school, he finds more bullies, people that do not understand his diabetes, and the principal's office. Sal also has this ability that's a secret, that he can cause rips in time, and he can transport objects from one moment in time to another, plus from other universes. So to be funny, he decides he's going to use this ability to do a prank at school, and he catches the attention of Gabby. She's the president of the student council, you know, she's kind of curious, and she knows Sal has a secret. So when she figures out kind of that Sal has a secret, Sal and Gabby kind of realize that Gabby has a secret ability too. She can see the tears that Sal makes in the universe, and no one else can do this. She finds out that Sal has been transporting his dead mother and other items throughout the universe. So when her brother gets sick, she goes to Sal for help. And Sal wanting to help his friend Gabby, they make some choices that could end up kind of breaking the universe. This is a funny and heart-wrenching story. You know, it's all about making friends, you know, coming to, like, dealing with your grief. Just, you will fall in love with this story like I did the first time I read it. Sal and Gabby Break the Universe. Suarez Changes Gears by Meg Medina. This is our newest Newbery Award winner. Mercy is 11 years old and getting ready to go to middle school with everything that holds, you know, changing classes, lockers, making new friends. And on top of that, she's going to a new school where she's on scholarship, and she is looked down upon by her classmates because she looks different and does not have as much money as they do. When she's assigned to show new student Michael around, they start to become friends. But, you know, this also puts a target on her back because the ultimate mean girl, Edna, decides that she likes Michael, and she doesn't like the fact that the two of them are becoming friends. While all of this is going on, things are not going well at home. She's stuck at home, taking care of her two twin nephews, and that means she can't try out for soccer. And on top of that, her beloved grandfather, he starts to act a little different and do things a little different, and he is not the same as he used to be. You will be right there with her as she navigates her 11th year on Earth and will relate to everything she goes through. Mercy Suarez Changes Gears. And our last one for today, the epic fail of Arturo Zamora. Arturo's family owns a Cuban-American restaurant in Miami when a developer comes and wants to demolish the building, take the empty lot next door, and build a high-rise. But Arturo decides that's not happening and he needs to save his family restaurant. He starts to get the community together and rally them for support, as well as the help from his new friend Carmen, who is visiting from Spain for the summer. Realizing how important family is, Arturo will do whatever it takes to reach his goal, while also, maybe not even knowing he's doing it, he's deepening his roots with his family, his community, and his heritage. You will find yourself cheering for Arturo every step of the way and hoping beyond hope that the family restaurant survives. The epic fail of Arturo Zamora. So again, these are just 6 of the books that we have here that are written by an author that's Latino or Latina descent. So if you're interested in finding more, feel free to come on in and we will help you find what you're looking for. I hope to see you next week when we have a whole new middle grade book spotlight with a completely different theme. Have a great week.